Hi, this is Marty Meyer again, and we've been talking about my PBJ recipe, and yeah, we're talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but also my recipe for a regular, spiritual, nutritious time with God through prayer, Bible, and the journal. And again, to do this in equal parts. So if you only have 15 minutes, go 5 minutes of prayer, 5 minutes of Bible, 5 minutes of journal. So we've been talking about our Bible reading, and this time I want to talk about journaling. You might guess I've been doing this for years, and it is so spiritually nutritious, if you will. In fact, when I was writing this book, Epic Faith, I was going back to these journals and gleaning again and again from things that the Lord has spoken to me 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And I like to get a nice journal to go with my Bible, and every single day I'm writing down in these. One year I was doing an extended time of fasting, and the Lord gave me a word for every year for the next 40 years of my life. And so I don't travel with this one anymore because it's just way too precious, the things that God has imparted to me. Key lessons that God has taught me over these years. We were talking about epic being a long story with a hero, and that hero is Jesus. And one of the crucial elements is time. Just being faithful over a long period of time. And we find that our faith takes on that epic significance. Likewise with journaling. We read some of the Bible to get something out of it, and then we pause, we reflect, we meditate, and we think about what is God speaking to me in this particular Bible verse, and then take time to write it down. I like to say you haven't had your quiet time until you've written something down. Oftentimes we'll read the Bible and we'll go on with our day, and if someone asks, oh, well, what did you read? Oftentimes we will not be able to remember anything that we read from this morning. But if you journal, I guarantee you will remember what you read because you've actually reflected on it. And that's why the whole idea behind equal parts of each one of these components. Just 2 days ago, I was reading Psalm 91, and I'm going to give you a practical example, because what does it look like? I write down my spiritual reflections from what I read this morning. So a couple mornings ago, I was reading Psalm 91, and the Lord had me read this psalm again. It's a beautiful psalm, but He had me read it again as if it was the Father speaking to me. I might challenge you just to try that. And then as the Father was speaking this over me, I realized that He's given me so many incredible promises. But there's also conditions connected with those promises. So when we dwell in His presence, when we take refuge in Him, when we love God, when we call upon Him, and when we acknowledge Him, then He promises that this is what He's going to do. Then God will save us from danger and from sickness. He'll keep us from disease. Even if everyone's getting sick around you, that it's not going to come near you. This is a promise from Psalm 91. No harm will come near you. You'll be free from disaster. God's angels will watch over you. You will be empowered to crush the enemy. Father will honor you and will bless you with long life. That sounds incredible. And so what an opportunity to enter into these promises. It says the conditions of these promises are good in and of themselves. God is the prize. He wants to have a relationship with us, His children. He invites us into His presence where we are naturally blessed. So meet the conditions and enjoy His promises. Now that was just a couple mornings ago from my reflections on Psalm 91. And maybe I spent about 30 minutes in this process of Bible and then writing it down in my journal. But that's the kind of thing that keeps us fed all day long. And so I'm encouraging you to spend each and every day with time in His Word. God bless you, and be spiritually fed.